US-Iran war could have united the UAE and Saudi Arabia. Instead, it exposed the rift between them. Let's break it down. The war exposed two major weak spots of the United Arab Emirates, the UAE. First, security. Remember, the US and Israel attacked Iran. Iran responded, also with strikes on Gulf countries hosting US military bases. That was a wake-up call, especially for the UAE. It showed depending too much on Washington comes with a price tag. Second, trade routes. After Iran blocked the Strait of Hormuz, the UAE learned it the hard way. Depending on mainly one maritime corridor is risky. And what about the big neighbor next door, Saudi Arabia? Well, in terms of global shipping lanes, it's less vulnerable. It has access to another waterway, the Red Sea. And security? Saudi Arabia is sticking to its traditional partnership with the US, but it has also stepped up its collab with some regional heavyweights, Turkey, Egypt, and especially Pakistan. The UAE, meanwhile, has been charting its own course. When it comes to security, it still puts faith in the US. And the UAE deepened its ties with Israel, which it considers a useful strategic partner. When it comes to trade routes, the stakes for the UAE are as high as their skyscrapers. It's a global hub for finance, trade, transit, and tourism. But remember what made the Emirates big in the first place? Oil. So secure access to key waterways isn't a nice to have. It's vital. In its efforts to diversify and to strengthen its maritime power, it has been looking beyond the Gulf for quite some time, towards the Red Sea.
Whoever controls the Red Sea and the waterways there has major sway over the global economy and global supply chains. If you look at where the UAE are geographically, they're projecting that influence far beyond their border because they want to be a major player in controlling global supply chains.
And in its ambition, it's stepping on Saudi Arabia's toes. Let me give you an example, the war in Yemen. In 2015, the UAE and Saudi Arabia entered the war as allies, but eventually ended up as rivals. Not only has the UAE heavily invested in infrastructure in Yemen, but also in the Somali breakaway region of Somaliland. By the way, Saudi Arabia is taking sides against Somaliland. Let's look further along the Red Sea, to Sudan. Here, the UAE supports the paramilitary RSF, while Saudi Arabia supports the state military. While the two Gulf countries continue to chase their geostrategic interests, the devastating human toll from the wars in Sudan and Yemen just keeps getting heavier. Notice a pattern? The UAE is working towards maritime access, and for that it often backs rival factions, while Saudi Arabia backs government forces.
The UAE has built armed non-state actors as a sort of quasi-state. What starts as a commercial project of interconnectivity has been elevated into geopolitical, geostrategic empire building.
This explains another bold move challenging Saudi Arabia. In May, after almost 60 years, the UAE left OPEC, an organization of some major oil exporting nations. It's dominated by Saudi Arabia. For years, the two Gulf monarchies had clashed over oil quotas. Now again, the UAE chose to play solo, heating up the regional rivalry in the Gulf.